Guys, what's up? Zach Emnesh here. Here at Del Val High School, and being in a wrestling room like this, it's like, I tell you, it always gives me chills. It's a historical place, and I'm very lucky. It's my second time to be invited back to help out with training, and I'm just, I always look at like the times of the old, and I look at like the faces, and I look at the hair, and it's like, it sounds crazy, but if you're a wrestler, you can relate to this, is that I look in the eyes of these guys, these champions, and it just, you can see that they're on this mission. And this is, 75 when I was born. The amount of matches back then were much less than today. We wrestled maybe 12 to 14 dual meets back in the day. Now it's like double that. But we just kind of scan through here. I look at, it's like I look at the faces, and I always say like how unassuming somebody could be or how intense they could be. Like, here's a guy, here's a nice guy, first in the region. Here's third in the state, looks like a nice guy, but I say to myself, these are the guys that like flipped the switch when they got on the mat. You could see this guy was a really intense guy. You could look in their eyes and you could see, and I love like looking through the years, the physiques of some of these guys. Training back in the day was, you were lucky if you could really find any kind of wild information. There's that amazing book, I think the Encyclopedia of Physical Wrestling, Physical Conditioning. But look how these guys are built. Look at this guy Scott, two-time district champ, region champ. This guy Rick, built like a tank. You could see it in their eyes here. And these guys in the late 80s coming up near 100 wins is huge. Brian Connolly, Coach Andy Fitz, who's the coach here now, all-state wrestler, Lehigh wrestler. Ricky Krieger, I remember these names from when I was in high school. All-state, state champ, and then third in the state. And then we got over here Brent Connolly, who when I was in high school, I used to watch him wrestle when I would go to the John Smith Intensive Camp. They'd be at the College of New Jersey team camp. And I just remember the intensity of him. It's like he never got tired. He never slowed down. And talking with Coach Andy Fitz about it, he said, man, it was rare that you would look out your window and not see Brent like running through the streets, always in training. So he was a two-time state champ, fourth in the state as a freshman, senior year, got his finger cut during woodshop, went on to wrestling college and said now he's still training hard, running, is he running marathons, Ironmans? Just always hard training, and you could look in the eyes of these guys that there's something really unique about somebody who's driven to want to succeed so far beyond the norm. And Ricky Krieger here is now the coach at Franklin, and we're training a Franklin wrestler who's amazing and reminds me of these guys. Looks like a nice guy, but you can see it in their eyes that they want to get after it. And that's something that I just want to share with you guys, because when I walk into these like historical type places, I feel like they're historical, like you could feel the energy in the air. And you guys, as wrestlers, as coaches, as athletes, anybody watching this, you need to find your way to places like this, whether it's a wrestling club, a gym, to be surrounded by history where there's a legacy. And if there is no legacy, then you have to create one to get around the right guys. So I'm here, real excited. Del Val High School, wrestling is an amazing place, and that's it, guys. Real amazing to see what's in somebody's eyes.